Hello, everyone. It's Nicole here from Modern Salon. I hope you all are having a fantastic start to your week. I hope you're excited to maybe some of you see the eclipse later today. That's going to be exciting. So today we're going to be talking to Philip Wolf, which we're really excited about. And he is the new guest creative director of Design Me. And he's going to be using Design Me to style a really nice set of curtain bangs with us today. So we're excited to see that. And I will go ahead and invite him into the chat here. And meanwhile, just tell me how your day is going. Do you guys have plans to see the eclipse today? Oh. So glad you guys are excited for this too. This is going to be a good one. All right, here he is. Hi, Philip.
How you doing? Good morning.
Good
Or
morning.
for any of you in the East Coast, good afternoon.
Yes, for us East Coasters, it just hit noon. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Wonderful. Well, I'm Nicole. I am one of the editors of Modern Salon. And for us today, you're going to be doing some curtain bangs. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm just going to show one fun way to do curtain bangs that I know works for me in the salon.
Wonderful.
Talk a little bit about a variation of it and yeah, the steps that I go through.
Awesome. So first of all, can you talk to us a little bit about your partnership with Design Me?
No, absolutely. First of all, I'm very honored to be in this position right now. For those of you who don't know, I've recently teamed up with the brand Design Me, and I am now the new guest creative director, which is very
Yes, that's
exciting stuff.
exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what does that entail for you if you want to give us a little rundown? Like what kind of projects might you be working on with them?
How much time do we have? I'm just kidding. So no, there's so much going on, and there's obviously some things I can talk about now, but in a nutshell, it's a chance for, I think, two like-minded entities to team up and really share with the whole world that, the products we love, that we want to share with everyone, that, there's something for everybody in Design Me. That's a great
Yeah.
thing, as well as really strengthen that relationship between brand, artists, and the consumers. We want to do that by way of course, anyone who knows me knows I love education.
Hmm.
And so we can get that in a little bit, but that's one huge way that we really want to make an impact this year.
Amazing. Sounds great. Well, we're going to get into some of those products right now, right? And you're going to show us some of your favorites?
Yeah, absolutely. So I happen to have them right here. Oh, wait a minute. Let me turn it down a little bit. There we go.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
Sorry, I have this funny tripod thing.
You're
Okay.
good.
So here are some of my favorites right here. Well, number one, really quickly, this is the one that started it
Yeah.
all. Okay. For some of you who don't know, this is back in like the 2016, 2017 days. It's Puff Me. It's a powder, and you
Yes.
just sort of puff it out there. See,
Nice.
as it's called in the name. It really gives some amazing, incredible lift at the
Yeah.
roots. There's also a lighter version, by the way, just so you know. Uh, One of my other favorites here, the dry texture spray. And I know you all can't at home who are watching this, but just so you know, the smell is
Mm-hmm.
unbelievable. I mean, I can't even tell you because that's the first thing people say. So I love this. Of course, any of you texture spray lovers, you're gonna love this one as well.
Yes.
The Hold Me three-way hairspray.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it three-way? There's only one bottle, but I tell you, there's a there's a little mechanism up here. I don't know if you can see it, but
Yeah.
it says low, medium, and high, I believe.
Oh, nice.
And you just simply turn the knob on how much strength you want. So you just want a little lightness. You want a heavy hold for updos. You want somewhere in between. We got it,
That's
just
very
like that. So,
cool.
and I really like that, the tone of these bottles as well.
Oh, the packaging is so
I
beautiful.
really like it. I think it looks great. People just kind of gravitate
Yeah.
towards it naturally. Here's another thing. It's called Fab Me. This is my sort of go-to. A lot of people ask me when you're cutting, what are you using? Well, obviously these days It's this.
Yeah.
So this is basically, look at this as your prep for haircuts, your detangler, your leave-in, but this is basically a base for anything. Right from the beginning, this can go on anybody's
Right.
hair, and it's always a win. So there's that. For all of you curl and coil lovers, I think if you haven't tried this, this is going to be a favorite of
Yeah.
yours. The Curl Bomb by it's called Bounce
Oh,
Me. If you notice, there's a lot of me's in here, hold me,
yes.
bounce me, puff me. But
Oh,
very cute. But this is amazing on the curls. Obviously doesn't give you the crunch, but definitely gives
right.
you the firm hold,
Right.
Um, and you can't go wrong without a serum here. So this is
Yeah.
called Gloss Me. And again, the scent. I mean,
Yeah.
get out of here. It's too good. But so this one is the an amazing serum that you can use on any hair pretty much. Uh, and then I would say my go-to for blow drying, the Puff Me volumizing mousse.
Oh,
Now, mousse is definitely making a comeback. Maybe not in the way that for any of you who've been doing hair a long
mhm,
time or been
mhm.
around a long time and know, mousses traditionally were harder,
Right.
like in the hair.
Yeah.
They kind of created a bit of a crunch.
Mhm.
Well, this is specifically made for blow dries and volumizing. Short hair, long hair, it doesn't matter. Um, but what I would say is when you spray the mousse out, matter of fact, I'll do a little bit of it right now, is what I found very unique about this is how absolutely rich and creamy the foam
Yeah.
is. Normally it kind of gets like shaving cream in a way, and then
Right.
it kind of feels, obviously very airy and things, but you'll see the way this works into the hair, it works in so beautifully.
Hmm.
And again, the scent, it's to die for. I mean, you'll see when you try it, but I'm
Yes.
just saying there's that. Now, one thing I want to add, the mixability here, the creativity levels here. We like to keep it simple, but there's something for everybody.
Right.
But some of the team of the educators for Design Me, as well as artists who've been using it for a while, they know alone it's great,
Yeah.
but you can also mix things up and things that you may not even think. I've seen people use Puff Me, spray it in with a little bit of the Curl Bomb. I mean, you
Right.
just never know. You can really be creative with this, no bounds. So I think
Yeah.
that's a
You can
plus.
create kind of a cocktail of those
No,
products.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the
Awesome.
fun part.
Well, that's great. Yeah, for the person who said they should come out with a gel and mousse combo, you can easily mix those together and create a
You can
great product as well.
absolutely. Like I know a lot, this is used a lot.
Yes.
A little bit of the mousse mixed in with the
Yeah.
Curl Bomb. And by the
Yeah.
way, this is Curl Bomb, but doesn't mean necessarily you only can use it for
Right.
curls. This is actually great to use lightly for nice, smooth
Right.
blowout. So a very strong anti-frizz right here. I think you'll be delighted on how, just because it says use it that way, that is what it was intended for. But let me tell you,
Right.
stylists, we don't always follow all directions. We just kind of mess with it and find out
Yes.
what works for us,
We
which in
break the
turn
rules all
helps
the
our
time.
our
Yeah.
clients. Exactly. Exactly.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's get started here. I know a lot of people in the chat are super excited to see you do some
Awesome.
product.
Yeah, it's great to see you as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to start with this. So
Awesome.
okay, here, let me just adjust the camera so you can see a little bit better. There we go.
Perfect.
So I'm going to show you in 3 sort of steps what I like to do when it comes to curtain bangs. Obviously, we know curtain bangs, it's a feeling,
Yeah.
right? Like it's definitely what I love about curtain bangs is you can, personalize these for anyone. Uh,
Right.
I know bangs in general have been well, I don't know if I have the face for bangs and all this sort of thing, but this is a great way where you can personalize it to anyone, basically.
Yes.
So now let's just quickly talk about this here. Curtain bangs obviously means it swoops like a
Right.
curtain, right? That can be shorter, that can be longer, that can
Yeah.
be curtain with a little something in the middle or nothing
Right.
in the middle. So it just depends, but I'm going to show you a few ways. So what I did is I just started off with a triangular section here,
Cool.
about sort of 3 levels back from the front hairline.
Hmm.
And then I just go to the high recession.
Right.
I mean, you could vary that if you want to, maybe a little closer in if they don't want it too wingy.
Yeah.
You can go to the low recession if you want that extra wing, so it's kind of one of those things. but I'm going to keep it simple here. Let's start out with a length. You know, what kind of length is going to be good? Well, just looking at face shape here, as we know, I mean, cheekbones.
Yes.
Look at this, right? We want to sort of enhance things. So
Yeah.
if we look at it, I just sort of split it. I go like this. You know, I'm not tensioning it. I'm just kind of lightly seeing where it would lie. Lower cheekbone, I think, is great. So that's about at the lip level for her. So let's go ahead and grab this at the lip level and just create a length. So just like that, I'll elevate it slightly and cut that right there.
Nice.
So that's step one.
Yep.
Now, you can't just stop there because let's face it, it's very heavy. It's one length. You could try to swoop this over and it's just going to fall like
Yeah.
that. So what is our goal here? Our goal is to create movement. We want to create a direction in this. So this is how we do it. Now, of course, I'm not in front of a mirror and I'm at an angle here. So I'm doing my best to do about middle, but you could vary it a little off center if you like, whatever you like. But so let me grab one of my clips here. Let's move this one out of the way first. And then let's concentrate on this. So essentially I went from one big triangle to now I split those into two triangles. And now what I'm going to do here is add some purpose, add a swoop here. You know, that's the curtain effect is what I call it. So you can do 3 sections. You can do 2, whatever is comfortable for your hands. So I'm going to do 2. So I'm going to go point A and my point B will be the high recession. So now I'm taking this triangle and creating yet another small triangle. Okay, you see that? Okay, so let me pin that up too, just to keep it simple. Let me get on this side. There we go. Okay, so here we go. Are we ready? Oh boy. So now what we're going to do is elevate this up here. Okay. First of all, let me get rid of this little. Okay. So now we're going to elevate this hair up, you know, off the face here. And as I pull this up, you're going to see something. Look at this. You're going to see a couple things here. Number one, there's a triangle of hair here. Do you see it, everybody? All right. This little piece at the very bottom here, this is the length. So we don't want to cut the length. All we're doing here is cutting weight out. And as you know, look, I'm pulling the hair up towards the center. So this gives me direction. I'm over directing slightly. Okay.
Yeah.
And let's just go ahead and get rid of that. So let's cut off that triangle. And as you drop it, boom, we now have a purposeful swoop. Okay.
Yes.
So let me grab the next section and we're going to use that same elevation, same distribution. So we elevated off the head here and we're now bringing it to the original section, which was right there. And oops, let me lower it so you can see. And then you can see there's my guide underneath. You see it? And I'm going to now cut that off too. You know, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And bye-bye. And then, oh gosh, the swoop is in action. Now, wait a minute. Let me get it a little up close there. You see this?
Yes, the swoop is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Now, look, cheekbones are opening up. This is a nice flat swoop. You know, we're not looking for a, you know, a voluminous one, but more of a, you know?
Yes.
So there's that. Now, what you want to do is obviously repeat that on both sides. And if you're not sure about, you know, how to match that up, you can simply just take a piece of this other side and match it up here, elevate it the same, and you'll get the double swoop. Now, let's say you've done it and now you've got 2 swoops. Great. But what if you want a little something in the middle there, you know? Then what I like to do is you want to take, I like to start maybe sort of on the inner parts of the eyebrow here. Just take a small section at first. And again, some people prefer microbang there. Some people prefer right at the bridge of the nose so they almost can't see, but then they can, you know, that type of thing. So that way you can always vary it to your liking, or rather the client's liking. But here's one way I go about this. Let me think about this for a second. Okay. I'll pull it this way.
People are saying you
Okay.
make it look so easy.
Okay. Well, it takes practice, that's for sure. So from
Definitely.
here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to elevate slightly up, but forward. You see this? So
Hmm.
here, as I drop it, I want to see where do I want to drop it. So for her, I'm just going to go bridge of the eyebrow, bridge of the nose right there.
Okay.
So from here, so again, hold it with some tension, drop it down. That's about right. By elevating it, it's going to be soft when it
Yeah.
drops, okay, which is great. So from here, let's go ahead and just cut that off, drop it,
Nice.
okay. Now that's a little long, so let's go, and that's the thing. You can leave some length.
Yeah.
You can always cut off more, but once it's gone, well,
Right.
you gotta come back in 8 weeks and try it again, is what I say. Okay, so here we go. One more time. To cut a little more off. There we have it. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one. Okay,
Yeah.
so now we come here
Looking good.
and we can see it is
Yeah.
soft there.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. Now look, there's a lot of disconnection happening. There's all this happening,
Hmm.
but don't worry. We have our swoop. Now we move on to the next step, okay? So now what you want to do is blow dry, and then it should look a little something like this.
Oh, wow. Look
Okay,
at that.
so we're getting there, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I wanted to show you the difference too of this. Now, here is the side that, you know, I already did texturize,
Hmm.
okay? So you can see the softness of the swoop.
Yeah. Beautiful.
There's separation, but there's a strong shape. That's
Yes.
the key, okay? Now, by the way, before I even started this cut, again, I like to prime with the Fab Me because this obviously detangles and all that, but it gives you, this is the perfect cutting
Yeah.
lotion for especially when you're taking precision cutting. Now, someone asked me recently, I just did a men's cut on my last reel, and they asked, why did I put the mousse first? Well, on shorter hair, it dries quicker and all this. So I like to
Mhm.
put the volumizing mousse in, and that helps me keep my sections very clean throughout the whole haircut.
Okay.
So that's kind of, I wanted to answer that because I know a lot of people ask that. Okay, so then let's take a look at this side. Obviously, you look, it's too heavy still. I mean, we have a swoop, but it's just, look at the difference between that and that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just, this is where it's at. This
Right.
is almost there, right? So now let's take a look at the middle though first, okay? So see how the middle, you blow dry that out. We got some separation, some softness. If you want to get in there and texture a little extra, please do,
Yeah.
okay? Just to kind of break that up. See right at the bridge, but the softness allows them to still see and gives a
Mhm.
slight direction. So I really like that. Okay, so now let me go here again.
And
There's a
people,
lot of moving here.
yeah, that's okay. People also want to know what shears you're using.
Oh yeah, so I'm using here my signature wolf
Nice.
shear. Pretty cool signature, huh?
Yes.
I'm,
Definitely.
I'm just kidding. So anyway, no, but these are by Zen Master Scissors, and actually they're available at saloncentric.com.
Awesome.
So if you want to look at that. Also, any lefties in there? There's
I'm sure
lefties
there are.
available as well.
Nice.
Okay, so you see this? Very thick. I mean,
Yeah.
we have the idea, but it's not quite refined yet. And it's all about refinement. It's all about adding that detail for the client. So you see this? This is where the guide starts with the middle bang.
Hmm.
I'm lifting it forward, just flipping the hair over, and I'm using a texture shear here, but I'm just breaking this up and, you know, finishing down to the end, and then
Beautiful.
it's starting to get
Yeah.
there. You see, it's getting lean, it's getting leaner,
Yeah.
it's getting more manageable, and honestly, this will be way easier for your client to actually style. And that's the whole idea. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So now,
It's
oh gosh.
that feathery look.
Yes,
Is the style.
it's that soft.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. All those little details.
Lovely.
So depending on how sort of dramatic you want to go with this, you can go with a more like this, you know, where it's like a huge disconnected curtain from the middle.
Hmm.
Or let's say you want to go with a little bit soft, like a little blend,
Yeah.
okay, a little bit more blend. Now I do this extra move here. Now check this out. Hold on, okay, well, this is good. Okay. So let me do this extra blend because now we still have a disconnection. Some people love that. Some people don't. So we're going to go in here and yes, let's say I'm pretending like I'm looking in the mirror, like I'm standing behind the chair, behind the client. I'm coming over the top. Now, granted, I'm right-handed, but either way, I'm doing the left side. And you see this? You see that slight disconnection?
Yeah.
There's the middle. There's
Right.
the end. I don't want to cut that. That's the end. I'm just going to blend this. I'm going to use a carving method.
Okay.
So I'm not using the tips of the shears on this one. I'm using more the inside of the blade.
Okay.
So here we go. Change your cutting position from this to now this. And then here we go. Slightly carve, slightly carve out. That's it. You see?
Yeah.
And then, boom. Oh,
that's beautiful.
Woo! Wait a minute. Woo! Wait a minute. Oh yeah, look at that. That just seals the deal.
It really does.
So you do that one, and look, it's all about the details, right? You can see the difference. You know, you got disconnection. Some people prefer that, or you've got that blend. And look at that. Her eyes can see. If you wear glasses, it really floats right on top of the frame. It's such a good look. So then we go to this one. Now this one, I'm right-handed. I'm doing her right side, so obviously I have to stand in front. So same thing. Elevate up. You see where you need to change the cutting position, cutting the inside of the blade, carve it out. So for me, carving is a great way to add softness, but a definite line.
Right.
And excuse my arm in the way, but you get the idea, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, what a cool technique.
Yeah. So there's that. And now you can then go in because the base, I did put some of the volumizing mousse so that even after you can now add your, you know, people love that pinch and they love that little extra stuff going on there. You can add all that. Now, one of the best ways to go about this is the puff me, because let's say you get that really sleek hair that just doesn't answer right. Well, you would just lift up and, you know, don't go too close. This is pretty concentrated stuff. So a little close, but not too far. And boom, a little puff. Okay. And this is great because it just adds that good, and it's controlled. It's a very bizarre thing, but it's very dry. And, you know, you can really accentuate the winginess or not, you know, it's kind of up to you. But this gives you and the client control of hair when it's already dry. The great thing is this is not a pomade. This is not something that's going to grease the hair up. And as a matter of fact, if you're dealing with third day hair or whatever, it helps with that too.
Oh, definitely.
You know, just spray it right through. So there's that. And then eventually, you know, if you do the full Monty, here's a little bit of a shorter version of that.
Wow. Okay. Yes.
And what I went here is I used, believe it or not, just some of the curl balm. I put it through the hair. I actually use a technique called ribboning. I just kind of put it throughout the hair. I take my comb and I sort of ribbon the hair to create these. If you don't know what that means, you ever, you know, ribbons on a present, and they're straight, but you take the scissor and you go, whoosh, and then they curl up. Yeah. Same kind of concept. So from here you can see, you know, you can see the curtain bang, but now you can see it in the context of in a full sort of shag, natural texture way. Yeah. And then of course from here, I mean, the texture spray. You know? So from here, I like to actually use a blow dryer with cold air, spray it throughout the hair, and spray it in the hair while I'm doing that. You know, it actually really works well. Now, I won't do it right now just because it's going to be all loud and crazy, but I did a little bit earlier, and then you just spray some extra just for those extra bits of separation. Yeah. And then, like I said, you've already used the puff me. You can always finish off with some hold me spray. Now, this is already done up. I'm going to go on super light. I don't need a heavy hold. But, you know, just if you need a little extra something, you know, why not? You know, a little underneath. Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, someone in chat said this is such a cool girl look. It really is.
This is the cool girl look. Definitely, for sure. I mean, I just really love how it all works in together. And
Yeah.
again, I want to really emphasize the idea of really personalizing the look of the curtain bangs for each client.
Right.
You've got your glam girls, you've
Yeah.
got your alternative girls, you've got your one length who just want a little something girls. You know,
Right.
you've got all of it,
Yeah.
right? So, but I just want to show you different variations in a quick way,
Hmm.
and hopefully some of you, got a little something from
Oh,
that because
definitely.
it's a really fun thing. And what's beautiful is watching your client just, they're already
Yeah.
anticipating something. You're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, and then you just watch them go,
Right.
it's just so fun,
Yes.
and ultimately, I think what's important is with Design Me, you also build that confidence that you can give them what they actually want and not just style it great at the salon. You
Right.
can send them home and they feel confident in recreating that look. That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Simplicity, performance, all of it.
Exactly. So let's talk about that a little bit. In order
Sure. Here,
for
let me.
the client to get their style at home afterwards, what would you send them home with?
Okay, so that's a great question there. Obviously, that all depends on the actual client themselves,
Hmm.
the hair texture that they have.
Yep.
But anything on the realm of wave or curl or even as coils, right?
Hmm.
That's without a question going to be Bounce
Yeah.
Me Curl Bomb. Okay, I mean without question.
Yeah.
And some of them like to go straight here and there too.
Right.
Still use this. I mean, it's kind of a very versatile, fun thing to
Yeah.
use. Um, there's one I don't have with me here, but there's also a spray gel that you can use for curls as well.
Okay.
That's another great one.
Awesome.
But I think if you were going to go with maybe straighter looks or
Yeah.
more sort of they curl it themselves
Hmm.
and add that natural wave, well, without question, no matter what it is, you got to have the puff me. I mean,
Yeah,
look,
definitely.
short hair, long hair,
Yeah.
who doesn't like volume? I mean, this is the way to go.
Yes.
And not only is this great for the roots, but this is also great for the lengths.
Right.
Even on super long hair that you want to get those. Look, it's one thing to get wavy hair
Yeah.
with the long, and that's beautiful. We've all seen it for years now.
Right.
But sometimes you want that extra width
Hmm.
with it too, right? So we want a little volume, that's fine, but we want width with those. We want those extended waves, that gives width.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay,
Yeah.
you get that texture, it holds all day, all night.
Hmm.
And then, if you want to reinforce it, if you got an event, reinforce it with the Hold Me spray. That's fine.
Yes.
But this is going to give you that dry, perfect texture finish where you can kind of retouch it all day. It's really
Right.
cool.
That's
Um,
awesome.
and then, obviously, I got to throw it out there. One of my favorites, the texture spray. I'm a
Yeah,
texture spray guy. You know, any of you who love texture sprays, you owe it yourself to try it because
definitely.
the performance is there, but the smell alone is enough to make the
Yeah.
salon smell so good. So, and everyone asks, "Oh, what is that?" I don't even say anything sometimes. I just spray it and for 2 seconds and I move on and they go, wait. What was that? And I
Yeah.
go, oh,
They
so
got to
it's
know.
pretty interesting. They got to know.
So I did see a question,
Sure.
where can we get Design Me products?
Oh, that's a great one. You can get Design Me at Salon Centric.
Awesome.
So both online and in
Perfect.
store. The full line is there and can't go wrong.
Nice. And last question for you, Philip. So in terms of education, what does the brand offer and where can they find your education as well?
Okay, absolutely. There's a few things. So this year, we're working together very strongly on bringing education. Okay, that's
Awesome.
key. Okay, and don't get me wrong, videos are great, and all of that is nice.
Right.
But kind of like in music, there's nothing like live, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing like live and in
Yes.
person. So I've really dedicated my time with them, and we're going to be doing a tour
Awesome.
across Canada as well as the US.
Nice.
So if you're in Canada or in the US and you're interested, I may be coming to a town near
Yeah.
you. We'll be
How
releasing, yeah, we'll be releasing those dates fairly soon. But I'm very excited because it's been some time
exciting.
since I've done my rounds in Canada.
Yeah.
I recently went to Montreal, but that was a short, amazing trip. But I really want to get out there, see you all again in person, do some of this,
Yes.
and allow you to be equipped on how to recreate all these things and help your clients as well. So
Yeah,
we're real excited.
that's awesome. Sounds great. Well, thank you so much for your time today and showing us your awesome technique for cutting curtain bangs. We're excited to see what all the things you do next with Design Me, and we'll be keeping an eye out.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And thanks for having me. And
Awesome.
stay tuned, everybody. More to come.
More to come. See you all later. Have a great day, Philip.
Bye. You too.
Bye.